Ah Moo, CEO of Indochina's Hotel and Resorts arm, joins us on the program today. Mr. Ah Moo, welcome to the program. What's the answer to that question? If costs are going up and rents and prices are going up, does it make it more expensive to grow a company like Indochina?
Well, obviously, yes. Obviously, I think business is now being done at a different level than it was just 12 months ago. So I think you could see that with the proliferation of demand and supply, actually.
Mm-hmm. And what is it? What exactly is that doing to the hotel business, which you're responsible for at Indochina? Are you trying to put a cap on investment? Are you looking ever more carefully at where you're investing, given that it is a very young and obviously vibrant but still nascent tourism market?
Yeah, I think we're looking outside of the major cities. We're looking in smaller cities, I think secondary cities, third cities, that have still potential, that have the natural resources that are untouched right now.
Mm-hmm. What's the environment like for a company like yours? I assume you're incorporated outside Vietnam, so you're a foreign participant in this market, or do you actually have some local links?
No, we are also actually a licensed business in Vietnam as well. Joint ventures are obviously a way to go in one situation. We've been on the ground there for 15 years now, so we have a very good sort of sense of the market, what works and what doesn't. I think going forward, we're going to utilize that experience to take advantage of some of the deals that may fall out because of the boom in real estate.
What do you have right now? You sent us a map here. It looks like your facility resorts are dotted basically all over the eastern seaboard, right along the coast, all the way down from the top, way down to the bottom. Where else are you looking? Are you looking to go inland, or are there more coastal areas which you'd like to develop?
I think there are a lot more coastal areas available. We're actually looking at some secondary markets within the cities in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, not sort of downtown locations, but more secondary locations. We're also looking at a three-star product, which we think will help the business travel in and out of Vietnam, primarily through the Asian network that we carry. So I think there's a tremendous amount of potential in different levels of the hotel business that are not being addressed at this point.
What are the trends going on? What are the trends that are ongoing in the tourism industry? I think there are about 3.5 million arrivals per year. That's like 1/3 of a place like Hong Kong, and we're just one city. So is it really that big a market?
Well, I think growth will determine that. I mean, we'll be doing probably 20% more than we did last year on that 3.5 million, over 4 million visitors that will visit Vietnam next year, or this year, I should say. And the revenues from the hotel perspective are going through the roof. There's one hotel that I've seen their numbers where they've actually doubled revenue in the first quarter of 2007 as compared to 2006. I mean, it just absolutely astonishes me that in a marketplace where we're at right now, business continues to be extremely good.
When I look at the tourism marketing efforts by various countries in Southeast Asia, Indochina, Malaysia, if my numbers are correct here, they're spending like 140 million a year marketing themselves as a tourism destination. Thailand's coming in at right around 100 million. Vietnam barely even blips up in the bar charts. Looks like the country needs to work a little harder.
Yeah, I think there's just, there is a tourism strategy that has been in place for the next 5 years. However, I don't think the details have been mapped out yet. I think that's where we really need to get going, and of course the funding as well. There's no organized effort on the account of the government to push tourism as a viable resource, as a viable source of income for a lot of the country. And I think the economy will become more service-based as we move forward into the next 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm. What kind of growth pace can we expect from Indochina hotels? I think you've got a resort in Nam Hai, Dalat, near Da Nang, the Novotel Pan, Evison Hideaway on Con Dao, the island off the southern tip of the island. We're going to see a doubling, tripling of outlets by Indochina in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, deals come across our desks all day long, specifically in the hotel business because of the success of Nam Hai, which was actually most recently nominated to the hot list of the Condé Nast Traveler. Our reputation has now breeded sort of success. We continue to look at all opportunities, but again, specifically, I think what we're looking at are a different tiered product, as well as some untouched beaches that are along the coast there that are still yet to be found, and infrastructure continues to be a problem, though, with growth.
Okay, last quick question, if I can get a quick answer from you before we go to break. Baron, what's your funding like? Do you need to do a cash call, IPO, big debt offering to keep your activities going?
I think eventually we may do an IPO down the road 3 or 4 years. Right now we're fine. We're just sourcing out the right deals.
Baron, nice talking to you. I can't wait to visit. Baron Ah Moo, CEO, Indochina.